And welcome back. While President Trump marked his 100th day in office with a rally in Michigan last night, Democratic House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries marked the milestone with a press conference this morning here in Washington, where he called the Trump administration a disaster and accused congressional Republicans of capitulating to the White House.
Donald Trump and his sycophants spent yesterday bragging about the speed with which they've moved during these first 100 days. They're right. Never has a president failed so spectacularly, so often, so quickly as Donald Trump. Republicans in Congress could put a stop to this insanity at any time. Since they won't, next November, we will.
And joining me now is Massachusetts Democratic Congresswoman and Minority Whip Katherine Clark. Congresswoman, thank you so much for joining us. We just heard Leader Jeffries criticize the president's first 100 days in office right there and say that you'll stop him next November. So is that the plan right now for countering the president? Wait until November of 2026?
Oh, thank you, Gabe, for having me on. And let me tell you, we are not waiting till November. We have a strategy to meet there, as you put it at the top, the chaos, corruption, and cruelty of this administration with 3 C's of our own. So our strategy is to fight them in the courts, here in Congress, and with community. And what do I mean by that? One of our first things we had to do is with these illegal, unconstitutional executive orders, rifling through our personal data, dismantling programs like Social Security that people earned and rely on, we had to sue. And we have joined with our Democratic AGs and outside groups in bringing over 217 lawsuits, and we are winning. We have been able to secure injunctions in close to 90 of those lawsuits. So that's step 1. Step 2 is to use every tool we have here in Congress to fight back, to make them put up their votes. If they are going to cut Medicaid, take away health care from millions of Americans, they are going to do it without Democratic support. And third is community. It's mobilizing. The power always resides with the people. And that is why we are holding town halls, shadow hearings to hear from witnesses they won't call here in Washington, making sure that we are out talking to voters across this country in blue districts, red districts, and purple districts to make sure that they know what is on the line for them with this administration and this House GOP, and how we have a different vision for the future that includes them.
Congresswoman, I want to get your reaction to what we just heard from the president that we played a little earlier in the cabinet room today, talking about the possibility that Americans may have to deal with either shortages or higher prices on toys this Christmas. It was a soundbite that seems to be getting a lot of attention. What's your reaction to that?
I mean, it is so outrageous, it's really hard to put into words. And maybe if it was just saying whatever he said, that kids may have to only have 2 toys instead of 30. The real point here is, though, that's not what he's talking about. He is also taking away Medicaid. That is the insurance plan for half of the children in this country. He is looking to strip away school lunches. He is looking to take away the SNAP program that feeds primarily hungry children. He is defunding public schools. He is closing childcare, taking away Head Start. So his vision for children in this country can only be viewed through the lens that with his tremendous personal wealth, he has no idea what an American family faces, the struggle that they are having right now, and he has no problem betraying what he said he would do, which is cut costs for them on day one. He has done just the opposite.
And Congresswoman, Democrats at least according to public polling, have struggled to really get their message across, at least in these first 100 days of the Trump administration. Democrats have latched on to attacking the administration over due process. Part of that has been the controversy over the deportation of Kilmar Borrego Garcia. There's a report today in the Bulwark that Leader Jeffries, though, is now discouraging additional trips by House Democrats to El Salvador. Is that true?
Listen, here's what I can tell you about our message. Our message is rooted in the American people. So first, yes, we are laser focused on the economy, on making sure that we are protecting Social Security, veterans benefits, Medicaid, making sure we're helping drive down the costs, expanding housing. But we also can talk about what is happening with this administration to our constitutional rights, and that includes due process. When we are seeing an American president threatened to expel American citizens without due process, send them to a foreign country to an unknown jail term, we should all take that seriously. And that's the implications of the cases of alleged gang members being sent to El Salvador. So we're going to stick up for both of those things because both are key to safety and opportunity for American families.
And Congresswoman, I understand the message about due process, but back to the question, is Leader Jeffries now discouraging Democrats, more House Democrats from heading down to El Salvador?
I have never heard Leader Jeffries say that. What I have heard him say is that we need to do both things. Again, be focused on those issues that our families talk about around the kitchen table, and also make sure that we are standing up for the rule of law and our constitutional and civil rights.
And briefly, I just want to put a point on this. Do you think more House Democrats should go to El Salvador?
You know, I think that whether we are traveling there or not, here's the important thing to remember. We have to continue to talk about what the strategy is here. And their playbook is a simple one. You take away the fundamental things from people. The basic needs that they require to get by and to get ahead, all to give a tax cut to the wealthiest. And that includes going around our Constitution and going around our laws if they perceive that people disagree with them. I think there was widespread support for deportation of people who have been convicted of crimes here who are not here legally. Nobody's arguing that, but what we're seeing is something very different and very sinister from this administration.
And Congresswoman, one of your colleagues filed articles of impeachment yesterday against President Trump. Really quickly, I want to play what one of your fellow leadership members, Pete Aguilar, what he said about impeachment yesterday. Let's listen.
Impeachment is at times a tool that can be used. This president is no stranger to that. He's been impeached twice, but we don't have any confidence that House and Senate Republicans would do their jobs, and so this is not an exercise that we're willing to undertake.
And that answer frustrated some Democrats, at least. So are you okay with ruling out impeachment at this juncture?
You know, we cannot get House Republicans to defend Social Security at this point. So I do agree with our chairman, Pete Aguilar, that it is so unlikely that they will actually impeach this president at this point in time. But here's what I can tell you, that we are committed to fighting every step of the way, and we don't take any tool off the table as we address, we're 100 days in to this administration and the destruction that we are already seeing to people's lives is so vast and so deep, and in some areas I am afraid will be generational, that we have to use every single tool we have and make sure that we are in this fight every day, blocking and tackling on behalf of the families who sent us here.
Congresswoman Katherine Clark of Massachusetts, we really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.